Hi, I'm Alexandra Yarrow, and this is my colleague Melissa Dorval. We both had the honor of knowing Anne Hébert, who this award is named for, and we'd like to take an opportunity to tell you a little bit about her and about how the award came to be. Melissa, why don't you start?
Thank you. So I've had the privilege and chance to know Anne since we were 4 years old when we both started school. I have always considered her to be one of my greatest friends. She was one of the kindest people I knew. She was such a good listener, very open-minded and accepting. She's also one of the funniest people I have ever met. With her amazing sense of humor, she always knew how to make everyone around her comfortable. The library was an important part of Anne's life. We spent countless evenings studying in the library as teenagers. She was an avid reader. Of all of the people in our group of friends, she was she was the person who read the most. And when she was reading a good book, she would talk about it with such enthusiasm that we couldn't wait to read it. She also loved to write her own short stories. Anne has always been passionate about history, ancestry, and the world. She went to work abroad in different countries for several years to learn about other cultures and people. She was living one of her greatest dreams. I had admired her so much for that. She was so happy when she called me to tell me she had obtained a post with Homebound at the Ottawa Public Library, and I felt they could not have chosen a better person for this position. She was such a compassionate and kind person. The well-being of people was so important to her. So Anne came to live with me and my son for 1 month until her daughter could finish school and that she could find an apartment for her family. À chaque jour, lorsqu'elle revenait du travail, elle me parlait de sa journée à la bibliothèque. Elle disait qu'elle avait tellement de choses à apprendre, mais qu'elle adorait son travail. Anne aimait beaucoup aider les autres, particulièrement ceux qui en avaient le plus besoin. Elle ressentait qu'elle faisait une différence réelle dans leur vie. C'était très important pour elle. I knew she would have been immensely honored to have an award made in her name, and I cannot think of anyone more deserving of such recognition than my dear friend Anne Hébert.
Merci, Melissa. I was very fortunate to meet Anne in the spring of 2017. She applied for a job in my department, supervising in the homebound service at the Ottawa Public Library, and her interview still stands out in my mind. She spoke with such sensitivity and warmth about her love for public library work, particularly working with older adults. She talked about how everyone who she serves and we serve at the public library has such an interesting story to tell. I was thrilled to be able to hire her. Within only a few weeks, she'd integrated seamlessly into our team. My colleagues in Homebound have been through a lot of staffing changes over the years, and we're a pretty diverse group with different opinions often. And every one of them came to me after the first few weeks when Anne started to say that we had made a great choice in hiring her. Son cœur chaleureux et sa curiosité envers les autres nous ont tous touchés. She was quickly learning about our work, making suggestions, making a difference, and supporting all of us. Her sudden death only a month later broke all our hearts. We grieved for the pain that her family was in, and we also grieved for our loss and the loss to our organization of someone who was already making such a tangible difference in our lives and the lives of our clients and our colleagues. My own father died when I was quite young, around the same age that Anne's daughter was when she died. And in talking with her family, I realized we wanted to do something in the library community to honor her spirit and to acknowledge how lucky we were to know her, however briefly. That's how this award was born, and I hope that you're able to make a small or large donation in the spirit of Anne's generous and welcoming nature to help a student who will go on to make his or her mark on others. Merci.